Good morning, everyone. This is Lisa Listen with LisaListen.com and the blog Are You My Cousin? It's Tuesday morning, so it's time for another Tuesday's genealogy tip. And today I'm going to be talking about finding an immigrant's country or town of origin by researching their children. Now, this was an interesting thing that kind of came up for me as I was researching my husband's family. They were Russian Jewish immigrants who came into America in the late 1880s, early 1890s. Now, I confess, this was some really early research when I had first started out in genealogy, and well, quite frankly, I got stuck and I just put it aside for a while. And so I pulled it back out in recent months, and I have a lot more experience under my belt, and I started redoing some of that research. And well, I found a lot of mistakes that I made early on, a lot of things, record sets that I could check that I had not previously checked. So I started really researching the guy. His name was Israel Listen, and he arrived in the U.S. in the late 1880s in New York. Now, I really wanted to find out where in Russia he was from, because that's all I knew. He was in Russia. So I had to learn a little bit about Russian history and realized he was living in the imperialist Russian time period. So I really wasn't sure when he said Russia, would that really even be considered Russia today? Well, as it turns out, no, but that's another story for another day. But I really wanted to find out where he was from. Now, I had not pulled his immigration records, or his naturalization records. I did have him on a ship's manifest. Not 100% sure that was him, but I was pretty sure. But I did know a lot about the Listen family, this first generation that came into the U.S., and I knew a lot about their lives. I knew who Israel's wife was. I knew who all their children were. So I started taking each child individually, each of the children. He had 6 or 7, and I started researching them out. Now, most of them, I learned, again, filling in a lot of the story history, but didn't really learn much about their life in Russia until I hit the 1930 census record for his daughters. Now, I thought this was really interesting. Israel had been dead for more than 15 years, or about 15 years. His wife had passed away shortly before the census record had been taken. And so the daughters who were unmarried are accounted for in the census record. And when they said under the column where it asked for the father's birthplace, it had Russia-Kovna, C-O-V-N-A, actually misspelled, it should have been K-O-V-N-A. And then there was a single line through that, and above it, written Lithuania. And the exact same thing was written for the place of birth, for their mother as well. So for each child, each daughter, that's what was written for the place of birth for the parents. And wow. So I went to Google, as we all like to do, went to Google Maps, and sure enough, I found Kovna, Russia, is actually Kovna, Lithuania. And what is Lithuania today? And there's actually another spelling for the town, which I really am hesitant to even try to pronounce since I could not pronounce it, but it would be Kaunas in Lithuania. So it was very exciting. So I actually did not need his naturalization records, although that was certainly my next step. I was able to find this before I proceeded to that. So I researched each of the children out. And this just goes to show that when you are researching an immigrant ancestor and you want to know about their life and where they came from, you need to know everything about them and their life and their family here in the U.S. on this side of the ocean, so to speak, before you proceed back. So best of luck. Try it out. If you're struggling with trying to find out where your immigrant ancestor is from, or perhaps what town, research all the family members associated with him. And even the neighbors, perhaps, if they came together. But research all of his family, certainly. All right, best of luck with it, guys. I'd love to hear if you're successful. Feel free to leave a comment on my blog because I would really love to hear some of your findings as well. Good luck. Bye.